So today guys, I am going to be talking to you about why you could be expecting over 50 gigabytes worth of updates for Ark in February. It's going to be a brilliant month, but obviously I wanted to make this video so you guys can prepare to make sure you have the space, and also if you play official, you can prepare for these updates to be going live, because it's going to be pretty crazy. There is so much coming, so if you guys do enjoy today's video, and this does help you out for the future in the end, which I hope that's why I'm making it, smash that like button. Let's try and go for over 1,000 likes on today's video. You guys have been showing so much support as always, and make sure to be subscribed if you're not subscribed already, because again, that has been absolutely unbelievable as well. Let's get into today's video. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is one of the new updates I mentioned in my last video, which is the meshing system. Now this was integrated in an update that has gone live now, and this is basically going to be updating over February while they test this new thing. Obviously, they've been testing the meshing system for a very long time now, so they know it's perfect. But obviously, when, a few people in the studio develop it and test it out, it's not going to be the same as testing out on millions and hundreds of thousands of players that play Ark, and that is where they're going to get their most crucial feedback. Expect plenty of updates with the meshing system, and if there's lots of you guys watching this video thinking, what is the mesh detection system, or whatever it is called? Basically, it's to stop people from under mapping. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you will know about this, but on official, it's been a massive problem for years on Ark where people go underneath bases, and this system is to stop people from finally doing it, considering it's been in the game for a very long time. These updates won't be very big, you're probably looking at a few gig for each one, but when they build up, that can always be in up to about 10 gigabytes worth of updates, especially if they add in any separate content, that could be like balance changes and stuff in February building up to Genesis, which is what we'll be coming on to later. The next update, which you will be expecting for around about the 5th, I'd say the 14th, because obviously that's Valentine's Day. That is the Valentine's Day update. Every single update for the console tends to be around about 10 gigabytes because of how much they're adding in with the events now. Now, it may potentially be a little bit smaller just because of, the chibis when they were added in for Winter Wonderland. They've already been implemented now. They are adding another 5, whereas before they added 54 chibis, and they're adding another 5 this time, so don't expect it to be that much bigger. But they are integrating a new type of software into the game, which is obviously something for modders as well, which is weapon skins. So expect that to change a big part of the game. That's going to make a bigger update and new stuff, especially for console. PC players, you are probably expecting a slightly smaller update as usual to the console. It's just the console players that get hit quite badly with these big updates. So that is obviously the stuff that you can be expecting. Valentine's Day event is going to be fantastic. If you're wondering on when this is going to be coming out, as I said, it usually tends to be any time around about the 12th. It tends to start, and most events last for 2 weeks. As I said, the content you can be expecting is all the chibis back from Winter Wonderland. 5 new ones, which are pretty much confirmed to be underwater ones, so you'll most likely see like a mosasaur as a chibi, possibly even the giant turtle. Now, I'm not going to confirm this, but with Genesis, you guys know we haven't seen much on it, and I'm sure it's probably because it's a very hard addition to the game, but the giant turtle is coming on its way to Ark, and there's a huge chance, as we saw the Genesis chibis on land last time, we could potentially be seeing a small first look at the giant turtle, and I really, really hope it is. As I said, weapon skins are going to be coming in. All of the old Valentine's Day stuff is going to be coming, and if I'm correct, servers are boosted a lot more than usual. If it is ×2, then I'm sorry, but in past Valentine's Day's events that I've seen, I think it's potentially gone to ×3. Don't get your hopes up too much yet, but it is possible that it could be that very, very soon. It's a fantastic event, and I cannot wait for that to be going live very, very shortly, once January is finally over. Now, what I'm going to be talking about afterwards now is I'm going to be adding into a little bit of extra information that you may have seen before, but I'm going to talk about it before we go into it. So basically, Genesis is going to be coming on the 25th of February, confirmed date. Wildcard have said that they are not going to say a date until they know they can 100% officially hit it. So I know Wildcard tend to do this wrong, but let's hope they haven't got it wrong last time and they have hit the date, and it is going to be the 25th. Now in the next part of the video, it is going to be explaining why Genesis is going to be around about a 30 to 40 gigabyte update, which is why I say 50 gigabyte plus, because if Genesis turns out to be 40, we then have the Valentine's Day and some meshing and some other different changes coming in. We could be in the 60s, and I don't want to say it's that. That's why I haven't put that as the title, but there's a very big chance it's going to be 50 plus. Obviously, we're going to get into that part of the video now, guys. It is a lot, I know, but it's going to be worth it, and I know it is, because Genesis is going to be fantastic. I know if you've got slower internet, it's very frustrating, because then you get a little bit of a step behind from other people who get to start it off, especially if you play official servers, so just expect all of this coming your way. Anyway, moving into the next bit, guys. As I said, before we do, 1,000 likes if you haven't liked already and you are enjoying, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into the next part. Oh yes, as you can tell by the title, the Genesis update is probably going to be a 30 gigabyte plus update, and I'm going to be explaining that reason to you guys right now. So when Aberration got released in 2017, it was a 20 gigabyte update on the PC and around about the same on console. Now you have to bear in mind on console there's always a few different things added so it's supported better, plus you have to update the base game. So on console you're looking at around about 22 gigabytes. Later on, Extinction was released. Now, once the next DLC came out, which was actually, so you actually, what I was going to mention as well, you also have Scorched Earth to update, which sometimes is between 1 to 2 gigabytes. So you're probably looking more at 24 for Aberration, sorry. Then Extinction was released. Its obviously base update is 20 gigabytes. Then you've got to install Aberration's update. Then you've got to install Scorched Earth and the base game. So for this, we were looking between 26 to 30 gigabytes. I can't remember the exact update, but it was still a very, very big update. And I remember it took quite a long time to download. Then, not that long ago, the Genesis Season Pass was released for you guys to download, but it was a 40 gigabyte update. Now this was to clear space for both Part 1 and Part 2, but obviously it doesn't include the actual DLC yet, as they're still in works of creating it, and they've still got to release it. Once the Genesis Season Pass does get released, obviously this includes both of them, and they're estimating 40, so you're probably going to be looking at anything above 30 plus for this update. I was going to mention saying it's going to be a 40 gigabyte, but I don't really want to say that for sure yet until I know. But the reason why is, you're going to have to update Scorched Earth, you're going to have to update Aberration, you're going to have to update Extinction, you're going to have to update the Genesis Season Pass, and the base game adding the new content. So let's start saying the base game is 20 gigabytes, then the Genesis Season Pass is like 3 gigabytes, and then the Extinction is like 2 gigabytes, and Aberration is 2 gigabytes. We're really building up here, and bear in mind there's also other things added in, you know, to help support it, as I said at the beginning, new certain content to come with it, graphics updates. There is always so much. So if I, you know, wanted to actually go for it and say we're looking at a 40 gigabyte update because this is a DLC that's never been done before, I would be pretty happy to tell that to you guys, but I wanted to keep this video safe because I think I've only ever got one wrong in like a size of an update, and I'm gonna go safe and say less, just so if I do say more then you guys are gonna be like, Dom, you got us prepared for something we didn't need to. But I'm going for 30 plus, and it's not going to be a great update because I feel sorry for anyone that doesn't have the strongest of internet, because you could be sitting there on the day of release having to sit there and download it for so long.
Where you're going, survivor, I cannot follow. Others need me, and your path leads beyond my reach. But I can grant you a fragment of myself as a guide to find what is most important to your ultimate survival. Is it strength? Is it willpower? Is it empathy? The arrival's soon. The tests will be rigorous. They will be difficult. They will be deadly.
Apparently they're starting now. No! No!